Okay, so this is kind of my story on how I got scammed $13,000 trying to buy a Red camera. I'll kind of bring it back. I just want to make this video so I let people be a little bit more aware and careful, learn from my mistakes type of a deal. So, you know, hopefully some good can come out of this. We're still kind of in the process right now. This is just the first part. So I'm just going to go over how, you know, this all started basically. So we'll go ahead and bring it back to where everything started. I was starting to look around on Red User, and I found this really good deal on the Red Cameras for Sale marketplace page. And so I found this guy, Liam Briggs, and he had this, up for sale, pristine Red Scarlet-W. You know, I'm only putting it up for sale for a friend. Now, usually when I see these, this is kind of a red flag. If somebody's selling it for somebody else, it's not theirs. You can't really research that person. You can't go to their Facebook. You can't see all the posts that they do on Red User. Like if they're a well-known Red user, you can go back and see all their posts and see if they're really legit, basically, and everything. And what's really funny is down here below, this guy, Brett, he also scams me later on. We'll talk about that. But first, we'll talk about Liam, where this all started for the body. I was looking at the Red Scarlet-W brain, and then maybe even some packages, but I stumbled upon this one. Sent him a message. I said, hey, I'm interested in your friend Scarlet for sale. Any details? He says, hey, shoot this guy an email. So I emailed this guy, Ryan, basically is who he calls himself. And so, you know, emailed him. He's trying to save up for Alexa Mini. I even talked to this guy on the phone for a couple hours while I was in LA, just because it is a very big purchase. You want to know who you're buying it from. So I basically told him where I was coming from. I said, hey, I just want to talk to you on the phone. That way, you know where I'm coming from. Hey, like, this is a big investment for me. Next step in my career, you know, I want to be a camera op and an owner operator. So he knew where I was coming from. I told him the whole SOP story, basically. And so, you know, he told me everything. And this is a hell of a deal right here. He's got the Canon mounts on, or Canon lenses on. He's got the Canon EF mount. You know, he's got the V-Lock expander. You can use those V-mount batteries. I mean, these accessories cost so much money. So he was kind of compiling them all into one, which it was a really, really solid deal. And so I kind of lowballed him around like $9,000, I think, for all of that. Just be like, you know, I'm just feeling around him, you know, and see what happens. And he accepted it. So I was just like, I have to do this, right? You know, it's too good to be true. If all, you know, red flag right there, too good to be true. So anyways, you know, the reason he was selling it so he can save up for an Alexa Mini, which is understandable. I mean, this guy knew cameras, basically. I talked to him, and if you're in film and you talk to somebody for all, you can kind of feel out if they know what they're talking about or not. So anyways, we're just talking about all this stuff, how it's being shipped. You know, I'm not going to go down there any further to show my address or anything like that. But basically, he said, hey, send the funds to this San Antonio, Texas address to my colleague, Antonio. So I don't know if Antonio is the real person, but Ryan Stephen Phillips is a con artist. It's a catfish profile. This guy set up a full IMDb page, a Twitter, a personal reel, and everything. Here, I'll show you. So we'll just Google Ryan Stephen Phillips. So you know, I've been researching this for a minute. You know, it says he's a cinematographer. He's got a full IMDb right here, known for all this stuff. I mean, he is a well-known person, so it seemed legit, you know. And he's got a LinkedIn, a Vimeo channel with all these videos on it. I mean, these are some pretty cool, like Nutella is one of the commercials he so-called shot for. So, you know, some pretty big name things. Like, got a little bit Taylor Swift in there. Trying to lighten the mood up. I'm a little bummed out, but I'm just, you got to keep going. You know, you can't let stuff like this get you down. You know, I'm still gonna pursue what I want to do. Like, you know, filmmaking is my passion. This is all, like, I live, sleep, eat, breathe, like, film, making videos, photography, all that. So anyways, I mean, this guy seems legit, right? The problem here, red flag here, is he uploaded all these videos 1 month ago, like all of them. Like, I'm going down here, another one for TGI Fridays, uploaded a month ago. He says all my videos got deleted for strange. He said all my videos got deleted for some strange reason, so re-uploading. It's not real. Yeah, okay, so here's his actual page, jryan.org. And it seems pretty legit. I mean, this guy went full into this guy, to this character or whatever. So, yeah, so that's that. Anyways, I wire transferred him from the bank $9,000 for all of that, which is, like I said, a heck of a deal, which is not real. But, yeah, so I wire transferred him that. A couple days go by, and I'm just kind of re-upping, and he's like, hey, you know, I'll send you the tracking info. I'll send you the tracking info tomorrow. And then it keeps going. And then one day he just goes out of the dark. Nothing. So during this time, man, I was super excited. We just confirmed this deal, so I'm looking for parts. So I posted up this thing. I said, just purchased my red Scarlet-W. I'm super excited. You know, I need some stuff to get it going, because with this camera, it's modular, so you need all these other parts. So I said, I need a screen for it. I need some media for it, mini mags. You know, I need V-mount batteries, some handles, all that stuff. So I got an email from this guy, Jeffrey Bart, and he says, are you looking for a 7.0 touch? I have a DSMC2 Red Touch, blah, blah, blah. 2100 includes shipping. I'm located in Orlando, Florida. LCD screen's been protected by an Anchor matte, highly transparent, anti-glare, anti-fingerprint screen protector since day one. So, I mean, this guy, I mean, shoot. It seems like he knew what he's talking about. By the way, this cell phone number right here, it's not real. So I made the mistake. I didn't call this guy. And these photos actually were ripped from an older 2016 post on Red User. Look at this. Look at all that. Same exact pictures now. That is December 8th, 2016. Look, same exact photos. I did a reverse Google search. I wish I would have done this sooner. So that's a tip to anybody out there. Go ahead and reverse Google search the images, and you know, if something's weird or anything like that. You know what I should have done on the body when I was at the Red Studios in LA? I should have asked him for the serial number and then looked up whoever had it. Obviously, he doesn't have that camera for real, but it would have kind of been like he would have made an excuse. It would have started alarming me. So anyways, we agreed on like $2,000 for the screen, which is a crazy deal also. And what we did now is we went through Venmo, and he says, look, you know, he said, I don't want to do like PayPal or wire transfer. Let's do Venmo. So I agreed, because I mean, I've used Venmo a lot, but what Venmo is only meant to do is it's used for friends and family, small transactions from people you actually know. You know, it's just meant for like quick cash, basically. Like you go to dinner and your friend says, hey, can you give me? You send them money. That's what it's used for. So they don't cover fraud or scams or anything like that. So, this guy also said, hey, can you send the money to my roommate? And that should have been like, hey, look, I should send this to you, not your roommate, you know, to your profile. So that's another alarm. All of them, you know, made me go through not their own person. I went through somebody else, which never do that, okay? So anyway, I ship it out to his roommate called Leonard Chisholm. It's Chisholm. And so what happened is I kept trying to message him, no response. I Google searched his Leonard Chisholm in the Red User page, and up popped, oh, he's a scam. So that's the first thing that, oh my God, this might be a scam. Then I ended up trying to call the guy I bought the body from now. So the monitor is obviously 100% a scam. We reversed Google search. And so immediately I called Venmo, reported a scam, called the police, started a police report, all that stuff. Then I don't get, I started calling everyone I started buying things from. So I called the guy with the body, and he didn't answer me the entire day. And I'm like, something's weird. So the next day I said, hey, if he doesn't answer, I'm filing a police report. I don't care what's going on. I'm calling the bank and I'm canceling all these transactions. So that's what I did. He didn't call me. He ended up blocking my number. Every time I try to call him, it was this, can't, you know, here, I'll try calling him right now. Just.
We are unable to complete your call.
So that's what pops up. Now, when you call from not my number, I tried calling from a landline, and I actually went to his voicemail. You can hear his voicemail. It says, hey, this is Ryan Stephen Phillips. So that was the first thing that alarmed me. I said, oh my God, this is a scam. So that's where I was with them. And then all of a sudden I email this other guy for this mini mag. So this guy emails me, says, look, I have 2 mini mags for sale, $1,300 each, or if you do both, I could do for $2,000. Now these things are $1,800 new. This is a crazy, for $2,000 for 2 of them, that's a crazy deal. It's unheard of. So that was well below of what anybody else offered me. So of course I went with it, you know. And this guy seemed pretty legit. He says he's in Austin, Arkansas, and he's also selling a Raven package if I'm interested. But he says, I see you've purchased the Scarlet-W. So this guy sees that what I'm doing. You know, he saw that post and everything. These guys know cameras. So anyways, I said, do you have any photos of them? Anyways, I tried to do Venmo because like, oh, that worked great. This is before I knew these were scams. And luckily it didn't go through. So I did a wire transfer of $2,000 to Brett now. But I didn't do it to just him. He asked to do it to his wife. So it says name Latonica Malitic. I just totally butchered that name. But anyway, so he gave me all this info. And I don't know if I have to blur that or not. But anyway, so he says, you know, do this to my wife. He says, do this to my wife. He says, go ahead and transfer the funds to his wife. So, you know, I just did that. It seems legit. But this is where it gets pretty funny, actually. I need to blur out my address. Anyways, I said, hey, Brett, just let me know once you get that tracking info. Just found out my monitor I was trying to purchase was a scammer, so I'm in a world of chaos right now. Also, don't tell people more information they don't need to know. So it says, hey, Alex, I'm very sorry to hear about that. Do you know the names of who scammed you? How did they pay you? I haven't shipped out yesterday, English, because I had to run a few errands, but in the next hour, I can't talk either. It says, but in the next hour, I will do so. I provide tracking info. So I said, hey, Brett, I'm just trying to figure it all now. They are Jeffrey Bart and Leonard Kissworth. I should have been way more careful, blah, blah, blah. And he says, that must be devastating. Do you call your bank to dispute the transaction? Just tell your bank that you never authorized the transaction and they should give you provisional credit. This scammer's giving me tips on how to get my money back. Interesting. Anyway, make sure you file a police report. Like this guy's scamming me right now. And this is exactly what I'm going to do to him. Don't let it stress you out. The world we live in is not perfect. Thanks for the tip. You're an asshole. We just have to learn from our mistakes and move on. At least you know now and you will do your due diligence. 95% of Red users are legit, but that 5% are fraud. I'm pretty sure the admins on Red user is doing the best they could to prevent stuff like this from happening. Said, so don't stress. Once you get your money back, you'll have a monitor in no time at a great deal. I mean, this guy's scamming me and he put that. So then I tried to message him like a million times. You have a number, yada, yada. He didn't message me. It was definitely a scam. So, I went ahead and filed a police report and everything. So that's pretty much the story. What brings me today is March the 6th. And guess who tweeted at me? Ryan Steven Phillips. All right, so this is what Ryan posted today, so-called Ryan. He says, I want to thank the Life is Alex for helping me buy this car. You are so kind. Thank you so much. So this guy's egging me on, but I think this is good because it's showing he's in Texas. I don't know if you can somehow not if you can fake that or whatever, but he's in Texas, just like his address. Like here's his address and everything like that. If anybody knows that address, let me know. I'm just making this video. Hopefully I can help other people on tips about how to not get scammed. I got screwed. I had mistakes I need to learn from and be way more careful. One, don't use Venmo. Always look them up. PayPal is great. If you're trying to buy something, don't do friends and family. Always do the other one that takes a percentage out of the total, because I think it covers you. Don't quote me on that. Just from what I've heard and other people telling me advice is they cover you pretty well. Like they have some sort of policy where you've got more leeway in buying and selling on there. But I'm gonna post on the Red forums and everything. Hopefully it comes up. If anybody else has any information on this, please contact me. And so yeah, there it is. Hopefully I'll keep you guys updated on the whole situation, but that's all I have so far. So sucks.